Yeah, I mean, my sense is that the appropriate role for peak states is that I mean, I would say we all deserve them. They're a birthright, and they are essential key to us holding the existential weight of the world and not getting crushed by it. And it lets us reset our nervous systems in ways that is profoundly useful and helpful, and gives us more resilience and enthusiasm and information to keep going and doing, like fighting the good fight. It feels like peak experiences do three things. They are a metronome, a tuning fork, and training wheels. So the metronome part is let me, slough off the day-to-day and my imbalances and my blind spots. Let me get super clear. Am I on the one? Am I on the beat, the pulse of life? Right? And if I'm off, if I thought I was still on it, but I'm back half measure, okay, I know that. I can get back on the beat, the pulse. And then the tuning fork is, am I out of key? Is my instrument, my body, my mind, my heart, have I gone a little twangy or flat or sharp from the bumps and bruises of life? Great, I can tune my instrument. And then training wheels, wow, I feel completely juiced to the gills. That energy / light / information appears to kind of direct me. I can experience what it means to be lived by love instead of living from behind my eyes. That feels great. And for a while, I'm just kind of intuitively on time. So metronome, tuning fork, training wheels. Now the reality is that if you're a musician, you don't spend all of your time tweaking your strings and your pegs and listening to a metronome and practicing the basics. At some point you're like, my instrument is in tune. I know where the one is on the beat. Let me go find other musicians and make music. That's what I'm supposed to do with this instrument. So the idea of continually coming back to psychedelic states, to check and double check and quadruple check that I'm tuned in on time. It's like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Go and make music. And so to me, that would be the balance. And that's kind of where like the hedonic calendar idea comes in, is that we're pretty good right these days with big ass blowout experiences. That's the Burning Man, the Vipassana retreat, the ayahuasca journey to Peru, whatever. Like folks that are curious and have are blessed with the time and the resources, et cetera, can by and large go find those things in the world. What we're really crap at is the Sabbath experience, the episodic, basically the micro sacraments. What do we do once a week to keep that going? What do we do once a month or once a season? Because what's happening is we're going for the depth charge experiences, blow it all fucking sky high. I just want to get out of my head at any cost almost. But I also experience, terabytes of information that could take me the rest of my life to file and folder and index, and probably I'm going to forget 99% of it anyway. But what we don't have is once we're dislodged from, fixed, rigid, egoic identity, pain, trauma, whatever, it's just a shit show. And we just try and then go back into life. And then everybody forgets over time. And the afterglow may last a week, it may last a couple of months, but whatever happens, there's a taper, and then we don't know what to do in between. So that's kind of where I'm interested in our research right now, is what are the interstitial microsacraments that once you have some momentum, it's like a potter on a potter's wheel. It's a lot of effort to get that fucker going, but then once it's going, it just requires the occasional flick with your ankle to be able to shape clay. And I feel like those in between micro to meso level sacraments is the piece that's missing in our kind of technologies these days.